Ladies and gentlemen, this is ProWSoul from prowsoul.co.uk, and today the question of the day is this the best that we're going to get out of Dolph Ziggler? Well, is it? Quite frankly, honestly, I don't know. But honestly, I can make a good guess, and to my understanding and from what I've seen over the years of Dolph Ziggler, he's just remained the damn same. Nothing has ever changed. He's just remained the same dude. He's had more opportunity on the mic, but he's just remained the exact same. I mean, okay, let's have a look, dissecting his career, shall we? I mean, first, he has won the World Heavyweight Championship, which was good in a way. He won the World Championship, but he did win it in a, Money in the Bank payoff. And when he did win it, he was on the day after WrestleMania, where the crowd was just crazy anyway. So you've got to give him one respect. You got to give him credit because he did get a big pop. But the other side of the coin is that it was a WrestleMania crowd, and the reign itself didn't last long, unfortunately for him, because I remember he got injured by Jack Swagger, I think it was, and then he had to lose the title to Alberto Del Rio, which is kind of sad. It was sad at that particular time. I mean, he did kind of build some momentum after that when he was feuding with Biggie and AJ at the same time. However, he just kind of disappeared into the sunset, unfortunately. That was because the WWE at that particular time really just decided to dissolve him and focus on other guys, such as Roman, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and the Authority feud, which would have been ideal for them, which was ideal supposedly. Not really my opinion. I wouldn't have gone in that direction, but that's the way they went. So Dolph Ziggler, after that, he's just always remained the same. Just always keeps going at it, full throttle, nothing more, nothing less, and that's it. Now, at present, he's had numerous chances. He's had numerous chances to be the top dog. I mean, on Survivor Series, he did win that match with the 5-on-5, where Sting came out and kind of, made Dolph Ziggler pin Seth Rollins and basically made him win that match, and that was an amazing moment for Dolph Ziggler at that particular time. And you thought you'd get a bit of momentum going for Dolph Ziggler, because the thing is, Dolph Ziggler has just remained the same, where he just goes full throttle in the fourth gear and then he eventually loses or whatever. The only problem is with Dolph Ziggler, whenever he does wrestle and he goes full throttle, it does always seem as though he's always missing his moves and he's always getting beaten up all the time. It's like 80% of a match it feels like he's getting beaten up, and the 20% of the time he's actually, winning. And if he does win, it's kind of like out of a, he counter-attack. He's suddenly found himself in a zigzag position and he's got him in the zigzag and he's won out of it. It's never a case of he's dominated the person and he has won the match. I've always felt that way. And at this particular time, he's been on the juncture where he, has had the mic plenty of times, and unfortunately for him, it's just sucked. It really has. I mean, he recently, when he came out when he had a match with Neville, what did he do? He just came out and said, I'm going to do what John Cena's been doing. I'm going to take a page out of his book and I'm going to do, the open challenge, and I'm challenging anybody in the back. And it's like, dude, come on, you've got the mic, you can cut a weird promo, you could do something funny, you could do something, man. No, he just decides to go, guys, I'm going to copy John Cena because I can't think of anything clever to say. Come on. You've got the mic now. You supposedly you do comedy shows as well. So Dolph Ziggler, do something better than that. And his lines are not funny. Whenever he talks, if you notice, the humor is just like, okay, well, it's very predictable. You know, it's really, well, you're a dumb hash. Well, you're the biggest dumb hash that they've seen. Well, okay, that's supposedly. Is that funny? Not really. You know, you gotta say something original, Dolph. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the pressure's got to him or whatever it is, but maybe he's just not really good enough. Really. Maybe he isn't. I mean, let's be honest, when he's wrestling as well, he's just always in one gear. He's always in fourth gear where he's like rushing, constantly. And then when he's hitting, he's like, hitting with his hands, and you could tell it's not hurting the other person. And it's just like, why are you wasting all that energy? Do what Neville does, where when he hits, you know, with some, you could tell he's actually hitting the guy, whereas opposed to Dolph Ziggler, he's just like, you know, tapping him on the shoulder, which is quite annoying. It's so annoying. And then he sells so much. He sells absolutely so much. It's so annoying. He's like, even after the match, if he wins the match, he's like, yes, I've won the match. I can't celebrate because I'm just got beaten up so badly. I'm gonna crawl back to the and you know, to the gorilla position. For gosh sakes, man, what are you doing? You know, you've got to, you know, work the crowd, do something. Now, this feud that he's got right now with Sheamus, I would say it's okay. It's not great, but this whole mentality of where he's actually 80% of the match he's always getting beaten up, and then 20% he's always getting he's winning that 20%, and suddenly wins out of nowhere, maybe with a zigzag or inside cradle. But then again, it's just so annoying. It really is. It's absolutely annoying. What I will say though is that when he has done good, it has been good with Neville. I mean, Neville, he's a great wrestler, without a doubt. This guy, he needs to get pushed, and I think he will get pushed. And because generally he doesn't even have to talk. He is that good in terms of his talent. He can work with practically everyone. With Wade Barrett, he worked it amazingly. I think if he works with Dolph Ziggler for quite a while, I think this is the game that Dolph Ziggler needs to go at in terms of his wrestling ability, because he's making him go in gears. Because with Neville, he's in gears, and he's using, you know, he's in first gear, second gear, and then when he's hitting. It's not like you know, where it doesn't look like he's Dolph Ziggler's just rushing everything, and it's just all over, like over the top, everything, and it's just horrible. But the matches that he's done with Neville has been good. They've been back and forth, and I think wrestling wise, he has, if you watch his matches with Sheamus just recently, not the one in the Extreme Rules, that was not, I didn't like that at all. Again, he just did the same thing what he always does, where he just gets beaten up all the time, and then suddenly he comes out with the win. Oh yeah, this is Dolph Ziggler. He's the guy who's always gets beaten up, and you know, suddenly wins at the end. This is not the case of the match. You need to see, I don't like that type of matches. If you like that type of matches where you see one guy get beaten up all the match and then suddenly at the end he wins, I don't like it. If you like it, good for you. But as far as I'm concerned, I do not like that style. He needs to basically tag with Neville, become the tag team champions. I think both of them will do great with that. That's the way forward for him. I think this feud with Sheamus, it is going to go nowhere eventually. Hopefully he does, but what I would advise is he needs to wrestle more with Neville, and you know, that's it. I think if he wrestles with Neville and becomes a tag champions as well, they could do good. Them two guys could do really, really good, and they may get somewhere. The tag team division is really, really good at the moment. You've got you know, New Day, Cesaro, etc. There's plenty of the guys. You know, you've got the Lucha Dragons. They're pretty damn good. The tag team division's getting a lot better, and I think maybe they need to kind of push, the SmackDown with the tag teams, really. And I think Dolph Ziggler will be ideal for that. Maybe, I don't know if he's ever won the tag team championship. That'll be good for him. As far as a world heavyweight championship, he's so close, but just so far as well. That's the only problem. I think wrestling wise, he needs to improve. He needs to improve on his offense, but especially his offense. Make it equal. 50% get beaten up, 50% get attack, offense as well. He needs to watch more Bret the Hitman Hart matches. Without a doubt, he needs to watch more of Bret Hart matches, because Bret used to give it as much as he could take as well. And if you ever watch their matches, Bret was, there was a reason why he was called the Excellence of Execution, because his matches were really good. And it wasn't just one-sided where he would get beaten up all the time. It was 50-50. Initially it was a little, but you watch that perfect, Mr. Perfect match with him, with Bret the Hitman Hart. I think that's the direction he needs to go. Not this, he's like a cruiserweight and he's always getting beaten up. One thing for sure, he's really got to quit on selling so much, and he needs to realize that time is not gonna be favoring him. He's not the young gun anymore. He's becoming the guy who's a veteran now. New guys are coming in from NXT, so he needs to establish himself as one of the guys who, the experienced guys. I mean, John Cena's done everything. That's why he's got the US title now, so he's giving the young guys an opportunity. It's becoming that time for Dolph Ziggler, unfortunately. And I'm just afraid for his career that he's not going to have his moment to shine at his best. And I would put the blame on him solely now, because he has had more than the chance, the opportunity to talk on the mic, to work the crowd, and to execute wrestling matches, and he's not delivered. He's just remained the same, where he's at one speed, like I said, and hopefully this will not remain the case. Hopefully he starts to wrestle more with Neville and realize, maybe I am not as good as I think I am, and maybe I shouldn't give it 100% all of the time. Like he always says, I'll go out there and I give it 100% all of the time. No one wants to see that, my friend. No one wants to see that, because your 100% is 100% of getting beaten up and overselling all the time. I don't like seeing it. You do. Good for you. But, well, really bad for you, really, Dolph. Anyway, that's it from me. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Dolph Ziggler oversells and needs to do a bit more offense and needs to work on his promos a little bit more? Or do you think that, well, he's pretty damn good, he should get the title shot right now and become the world champion? I don't think he's ready for it yet. Without a doubt, he looks like a cruiserweight, so he's certainly not a guy who you could make him main events with Brock Lesnar. That is for sure. So good luck with that, and I do hope him sincerely the best, but I do hope he changes his ways. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, thank you for listening to this. Peace out, everybody. Peace.